Give me a second. Hi, Jessica. Super Champs. Well, you're here early. Hi, Kat. Kat says hi. Hello, Kat. How's everyone today? I got some shoes to put on. I'm going to piggyback on what we were talking about last night. Not surprisingly, there seems to be contrary opinions to the dreaming of the world. Although, if anyone has ever been on the yogic path, you know, or Buddhism, Maya, illusory, illusion, Lila, God's play. So it's really not rather surprising or original. It's not original to A Course in Miracles, of course. What's original to A Course in Miracles is the way out of dreaming. Yoga offers the 8 branches of yoga, 4 paths of yoga, many more, um, all of which are designed to quiet the mind to see past perception, past illusion into reality itself. Buddhism has the Eightfold Path of Buddhism design. I love the simplicity of Buddha's message. He said, I teach one thing and one thing only. I teach suffering and the way out of suffering. When he was asked about God, he deferred the answer. It didn't matter to him. If you believe in God, believe in God. Now, Buddha said that upon investigation, we never come to the Atman. Atman in yoga is the soul that seems to have, or implies to have, a separate um, existence from existence itself. That the soul, hey Anna, that the soul is separate. Hey Easy, the soul is something and everything else is illusory. Buddhism, as well as if you follow the path of yoga all the way to the end, you see that there really is no Atman. Everything merges back into Brahma, reality itself. Um, so Buddha was not interested. Is there a God? Is there not a God? Is there this or there that? He wants to know, are you suffering? And if you are in this world, if you have attachments, then you are either suffering or you are on your way to suffering. And he wanted you not to suffer. This is why Buddha is often referred to as the compassionate one. Buddhism is a wonderful path of compassion. And if you're not broke open and feeling compassion for every living creature, you're not truly practicing Buddhism. Hey, Sniper. So, yeah, the Buddha was not interested in the esoteric. He was not interested in anything other than helping you attain peace, as is yoga. Course in Miracles says that all paths, Taoism, Buddhism, yoga, any ism you can think of, they all lead back to the source. However, the Course believed that they would save you lifetimes. The Course saves you lifetimes through the practice of true forgiveness, because forgiveness asks us to see through the illusion what we think has happened, what we think our brother, our sister, someone has done to us. We see through the illusion and we settle onto the reality of a forgiven world. And we sent some messages this morning that, well, that's perception. But this is what they say in Zen. You want the actuality. You don't want the perception. You want to go straight to the perceiver and then see through the illusion of an actual perceiver being separate from that which could be appearing. This is why in Zen they say, don't confuse the finger with the finger pointing at the moon for the moon. You want the actuality of the moon. Anyway, I want to bring up chapter 27 really quick. I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. Hey, Sniper. Easy. Good morning. We will do some breath work in a minute. If you guys don't distract me with talks of raisins and spatulas and whatnot, we could talk about whatnot. Are they saying whatnot, like in KNOT? Like what knot are we using to bind ourselves to the illusory appearance of our perceptions? What knot? What kind of knot are we using? How many knots do you know? I bet you Squirrel Sniper has a vast arrangement of knots that he knows. I know a few from my rock climbing days. The esoteric in yoga was the fighting style of Kalapatya, an ancient martial art, in that yoga warrior. Well, when we get down to it, there can't be a yoga warrior because it would be a direct contradiction to ahimsa, the practice of non-harmfulness. And in the end, all of that's let go. All of that is let go. Yoga, in its fundamentalness, isn't it's a direct perception. It can't be esoteric because that hides the truth from everyone. What you need, what did we get? We got a message that was deleted. Always fun to see. It's funny how people think that's funny to say. Easy says, I think Buddha's and Jesus' message have insanely similar messages. I agree. Easy, I agree. So what we want is things that are accessible for everyone. Again, this is why the Buddha said when he was asked, do you believe in God? Do you believe in angels? Do you believe in this? Do you believe in that? Just shrugged. Hey, Carl. Just shrugged. This is why Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within. We talk a lot about the source, but what exactly would you say the source is? How would you describe it? I would go with the beginning of the Tao. That which can be described is not the true Tao. That can be told is not the true Tao. How do you describe something that is beyond perception, that is beyond description, that is beyond compare? You need duality in order to begin to comprehend non-duality, and yet you can't find non-duality within duality. It sounds like a catch-22. It's a paradox. For me, the most direct route ever has been the headless way, Douglas Harding's direct pointing at our ultimate reality. No one likes it. I've led people through countless times, and most of them just shrug. It's a trick. It's a party game, party favor. But it is directly pointing at who you are not who you are. It's directly puts the Zen Heart Sutra in essence, pointing at our capacity, but not at that which appears within capacity. Sepa says, Santino, say something that is positive. And it says, how are you today, Yogi? I'm doing good, Anna. How about you? How was your workout? Thanks for handling that, Sniper. What I found through my own lifelong pursuit of techniques of enlightenment, the further away I actually got. Chasing after awakening kept me from being awake, which is the goal, the ego's goal of being a spiritual something. We don't want to put in the hard work of self-discovery, which means dismissing everything. Dismissing. This is why, the great Vedic meditation of neti neti, not this, not this. If you come up with an answer in self-inquiry, asking, who am I? Throw the answer away. This is why they say if you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. Because you've made something of it. Easy says, it's almost like our minds are intentionally incapable of understanding it. Very trippy. Yeah, I agree. That's because the mind is the thing itself. Course Miracles, Buddhism, they all talk about this just mind and mind stuff. Within the mind is the dreaming of the ego. So to ask the ego, can you point towards the source? And the ego can only point at itself, because the point at the actual source of the ego is the disappearance of the ego. And it says, I'm good, thank you, Yogi. So grateful and thankful to be alive and to be able to do my workouts every day. Me too, Anna. It's a wonderful way to start your day. Yeah, I have heard about Hulk Hogan's death. Definitely an icon. He brought wrestling to the forefront back in the early 80s. I remember as a kid, before he became like, that iconic status, he actually was a bad guy. Jessica, so this stuff confuses me in ways it's hard to explain. That's actually good in a way, Jessica, because it's when the ego gets confused that it starts to discombobulate, and we start to, hey Romeo, I appreciate you being here. But again, for me, I don't like talking too much about it, to be honest with you. Stephen says, Carl, pray every day and take your shots. An interesting slogan. Did he say take your shots? Hey, Sissy. Sissy says ads. But he said, say your prayers, take your vitamins. Yes, let's do breath work. Let me just say real quick that that's what I like doing. I don't like talking about the, well, I don't mind talking about it. It's enjoyable. I like that, what the Buddha says. I like doing breath work so you feel good now. I like leading little guided meditations so you feel good now. I like forgiveness and talking about forgiveness so that we are at peace now. Guess what? Forgiveness is the thing. Do you want an awakened life? Forgive. And then forgive, and then forgive. Do you want enlightenment? Forgive, and then forgive, and then forgive. You know what helps you forgive? You can calm your central nervous system by doing some breath work. If you can calm your central nervous system by doing some meditation. Everything else, icing on the cake. All right, we're going to do some breath work. I almost said bread work. Don't know why. And let's see, we are working on keeping anxiety under control this morning. So we want to do an easy breath. I think we're going to do what we did last night with Kat. We're going to arrest any sense of rising anxiety with that physiological sigh. We're going to breathe in, sip in air, and we're going to sigh through the mouth, purse lips. We're going to do that 3 times. And then we're going to relax even further, let our shoulders get heavy, and we're going to do the ocean's breath. Everyone remember how to do the ocean's breath? Literally making the sound of the ocean. We're just breathing in with that gentle ha sound. Exhaling with that ha sound. And I will interject. We'll do a little guided meditation as you breathe with that ocean sound. As you breathe in with that ocean sound, well, I'm going to guide everyone through it. So here we go. For those who are going to participate in the breath work, if you could close your eyes. Hey, Susanna. And with your eyes closed, notice your breath. Notice where you're breathing and how you're breathing, and let's make a very subtle shift to breathing in through the nose, just noting that pause, and then breathing out through the nose, and then noting the pause. Nothing else right now. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And as we settle in, noting the breath, but relaxing the breath. Noting the breath, but not hanging on to the breath. Just breathing, allowing ourselves to be breathed. We're not even the breather. The breath is just happening. We are simply relaxed, at ease. Within our thoughts, within our minds, within our bodies, we're at ease. We're going to do that physiological sigh. I'm going to take a deep breath, filling my belly all the way up, and then I sip in air. I put the tongue on the roof of my mouth, I purse my lips, and I sigh with release and relief. Breath number 1. You ready? Breathing in. Sip in air. Sigh. As long as the sigh lasts. Before we do the next breath, if you can put a little smile on your mouth, a little smile at your lips, a little smile, gentle. The Buddha smile of peace. We're all Buddhas awakened. Breath number 2. Breathing in deeply through the nose. Sipping air. Exhale. Shake the hands out. Shake the arms out. Let the shoulders get nice and heavy. We're shaking out any tension that you feel. Shimmy the shoulders. And then put that gentle smile back on your lips. Let it play across the lips. Smiling at how at ease we feel. Third and last breath. Breathing in deeply through the nose. Sip in air. Sigh. And then for right now, let that breath sit, settle. Natural pattern of breathing, relaxed. We're going to do Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi means victorious breath, but we like to call it the ocean's breath, making that ha sound. So as you breathe in through the nose, make that gentle snoring sound, that and exhale. And just lengthen the exhalation. Notice that as you breathe in and you make the sound of the ocean, that your belly rises. And notice that there's a natural pause, not long, just a pause. You exhale with the sound of the ocean and your belly falls back, just like a receding wave. And lengthen that exhalation. Doesn't matter how long, just make it a little bit longer than your inhalation. That the receding wave is longer than the incoming wave. Incoming wave of the breath, breathing in, exhaling. And we're going to breathe like this. Gently and at peace, that smile on your lips. Keep listening to the sound of the ocean in which you are participating in. Breathing in. Breathing out. A few more breaths. If you wish, you can let the sound of the ocean subside and just rest in the natural pattern of the breath. And we're going to take this quiet moment. In yoga, it's called a sankalpa, which means intention. And we're going to enter an intention. Healthy, energetic, restful body. And just think that thought and let it go. loving, compassionate heart, responsive and relaxed mind, lightness of being. And if you have one more on your own, enter that into that field of pure potentiality, of which everything emerges from, and let it go. And now relaxed and at ease, at home in your body, at home in your mind. Nothing affecting your peacefulness, nothing able to affect your peacefulness. Open your eyes. I'll see you in the chat. All right, we are done. Just a minute, guys. I'm going to get ready to head out. Debating if I want to do a live stream workout. Jessica says, thank you, Eric. You're welcome, Jessica. I hope the breath work was helpful. Hey, guys. Guys, how are you? Nice to see you, my friend. Jim Rice says, what's good? Oh, a whole lot, actually. Kat says, I'll keep an eye out. All right. Well, if Kat's keeping an eye out, I will not disappoint her. And it says, thank you so much, Yogi. I feel relaxed and full of very strong and positive energy. Awesome. Thank you, Anna. Jessica says, very helpful. Hey, Jessica, I don't mind doing in-between breath work with you. Have you seen Bowser Stop Dropped Numbletop Passage? I have no idea what that is. Sorry. Guy says, I'm great, Eric. Came in late, my friend. Missed a chill out time, brother. Sounded great. We'll be doing it again, guys. Carl, I don't know if you're still hanging out with us. It's actually not a bad place to be where you are right now. If you see that life is pointless, what are you going to do about it? This is where all great spiritual sources, spiritual searches begin. What I would like to do, if at all possible, is save you time from searching. The spiritual search itself is a carrot on a stick, designed to keep us on the path of searching, never awakening. If you awaken, that which is doing the searching ceases to exist. It's seen through completely. So it is, in A Course in Miracles, it says, seek, but do not find. Seek and do not find. Every single spiritual pursuit is designed, seek and do not find. But to always, there's one more secret, there's one more thing, there's one more something or something or something. None of them are designed to have us wake up. Waking up takes work. It's uncomfortable. No one wants to do it. No one really wants to do self-inquiry. They want to get on the surface. And when we ask, who am I? They want to say, oh, I'm this. I'm spirit, which means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. If it doesn't have a practical implication of, are you at peace right now? Can you shrug things off? Can you smile in the face of adversity? Can you refrain, not just refrain, not even want to defend yourself in an online discussion? Can you just smile? The ridiculousness of everyday everything. So only the ego gets offended. That smile tells you everything. Sissy says, it's the ender of minds. Lose the mind to find the heart center. Lovely. Now, in the Course and in Buddhism, they talk about, the mind with a capital M, not the brain, not our thoughts, not our personality, but the mind, that which thinks all things into existence and all things recedes back into it. But it's just a term. Some people, prefer mind, others prefer God. Some say Brahma. I dreamt of an ice wall. Do dreams have meaning? Dreams have the meaning in which we provide them. However, there are some prophetic dreams. There are some dreams that seem to exist outside the realm of our conceptual applications. Both Buddhism, Sufism, yoga have very shamanism, dream work, and you can find all kinds of stuff. As Jessica says, I'll be back as soon as I can. Have a good day, Jessica. I hope to see you this afternoon. Today's a day of singing and fun and other stuff. Rod Armour says, I'm always seeking secrets, but I do it to learn my senses. So the greatest secret is that which is right here, right now, that doesn't even need to be sought. The greatest secret is who you are, and it will never ever be discovered by chasing after concepts, by chasing after labels, by chasing after, I can finally put my stamp of approval on this. I've arrived. This is why every single spiritual text says, be here now. Seeking is designed to keep us seeking. Oh, you have surgery today. I recall. I apologize. I forgot. Jessica, my prayers to you, my friend. I will be thinking of you. We will be sending you love. Every live stream, Jessica, we will be sending you love. Carl says, to be honest, I'm sorry, Gas says, Jim Rice dreams are awesome. I dream a lot. Good ones too. I have Light 23 next to my bed. I don't know what that is, Gaz. Interesting. Carl says, to be honest, I don't know. I really don't want to continue. The only thing stopping me is my father. It's not fair. He's always been a good father. I shouldn't add the pain to his life. So that's compassion and empathy. What if the entire point of your life was that compassion and empathy? What if the entire point of everyone's life wasn't any big, big, great secret? It was compassion and empathy. It was about walking your brother or your father home. You gently hold someone's hand. Carl, I feel your pain and your suffering, but more so than anything, I feel that love and compassion that you just offered your father. How about if you turn that around and you offer that to yourself or who you think you are? And how about you extended that towards others as well? A little bit at a time. It doesn't have to be one big thing. It's a little bit at a time. Someone else that you might disagree with, that's someone's father. That's someone's son. That's someone's brother. That's someone who hopefully has someone who does not want them to suffer. And if they don't have someone who doesn't want them to suffer, can you be that person? Can you alleviate someone feeling like you're feeling by offering them that gentle smile that we worked on with the breath work? Can you metaphorically extend a hand outwards and just say, maybe just in thought right now, I'll walk home with you, or I'll walk with you just a little bit? Seltzer says, my favorite dreamer and sleeping prophet, Edgar Cayce. I like Edgar Cayce. Do you know Edgar Cayce's son was one of the important key figures in the coming of A Course in Miracles? Hugh Lynn Cayce. We love you, Jessica. I love you, Jessica. Jessica says I won't be back for a couple of days, probably. You will be with us, though. Wild Armor says, excellent, Eric, with you on that one. Hey, I want to circle back to dreams. In Buddhist Sufi psychology, they tell you write down as much of your dream as you can remember. Don't worry about censoring it. Don't stop and think. Just write. And then take any line in that poem. You could start at the beginning, but take anything that seems significant and then write freestyle, free form, whatever comes to mind from that one line. And proceed as long as it feels comfortable and see what comes up with. Let's see. Eric says, Eric, Google tells me to be kind to Buddha if you presented by him on a road. Google needs an update. Google, if you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him and see what comes up. Or Google, kill the Buddha, see what comes up. Let's see. Kill the Buddha. I.e. overview. The phrase, if you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him, is a Zen Buddhist koan attributed to Lin, can't pronounce his name, a Chinese Chan Zen Buddhist master. He spent a little time exploring Chan, which is the Chinese version. Relates very much to Taoism as well. It doesn't advocate literal violence. Instead, it's a paradoxical statement meant to jolt the mind and encourage practitioners to move beyond dependence on external figures or fixed ideas of enlightenment, including the very concept of Buddha. Anna sending prayers to Jessica. Simple says, Michael, try another way to say hello. Yeah, there's probably friendlier greetings, right? Carl says it's hard to open up. Thanks and take care. You really don't have to open up. Just extend. Extend a little of that same compassion to yourself and to others. Don't worry about opening up. Don't worry about, am I doing this right, doing this wrong? When you feel it, just simply give a little wish. I wish this for you too. I wish this love for you. Jessica says, I love you all. Says, I love you too, Eric. Thank you, Jessica. Kat says, I thought for sure you were going to say you were Facebook friends with Edgar Casey's son. He has since passed away. I want to see, maybe, hey, Kat, maybe I can find his grandson. It's not out of question. Now you put it in play, Kat. You don't know what you've done. And it says, how are you feeling during the Dream Gym race? What Army says, Gas says, I write books in my dreams. Awesome. Been given lots of answers in my dreams also. So, in yoga, Buddhism as well, 4 states of consciousness that are at play at all times. We have our seeming waking state of consciousness, the solidity of the world, or the appearance of solidity. We have dreaming consciousness. Everyone dreams. Not everyone remembers their dreams. We have deep sleep, the deep sleep state of consciousness. A lot of people think, but I don't remember anything going on in my dreams. That is by design, or not dreams, that deep state sleep. It is the absence of perception, and yet the perceiving mind is perceiving itself and the lack of perception. It's being aware of being aware without an object of awareness in place. It's a very important state. It's where we rest and rejuvenate. And then we have 4th state called Turiya. Turiya is the actuality. It's the wakefulness of being awake. Transcendental mind. Hey, Stitch. Good morning, my friend. Jim Rice says, a sense of awe. That's nice. I like that. Man, imagine if we went through life with that sense of awe at all times. A friend of mine, James Plath, and yes, Kat, he's a Facebook friend of mine. He's the author of The Gospel of Astonishment. Has a wonderful YouTube. site with some great. Hey, Kat, he did an interview with podcast with Hoffmeister, David Hoffmeister, James Plath. Wonderful book, The Gospel of Astonishment. Highly recommend it. All right, guys, I got to go out and take my walk. I will see everyone at 1 o'clock, 5:25 for Selma, 5:25. Bring a song. Sing a song. All right, guys. Jessica, prayers to you, my friend. I think about 8:20. I'm going to do my workout. Today is kettlebell triathlon day. The best and worst day of the week. Jessica says, have a good day, Eric. Have a healing day. Sniper says, you're friends with David Hasselhoff on Facebook? That's crazy. Not yet. I'm looking for him, though. That's the dream. That's the dream, Sniper. Jessica says, thank you. I love you. I love you too, Jessica. All right. Gas says, big love to all you guys. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, chat. You guys are legends. Thanks for being a legend with us, Gas. All right. Love you guys. Take care.